Hey, happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to Mondays with Mike. It is May 8th. And gosh, where's the year going? Do you know school's almost over? That's crazy. I mean, I was talking to my kids and, ask them how many days of school are left. And, you know, um, there's like 3 weeks and there's a lot of exams in high school, by the way, AP exams and all that. So if your kids are doing that, good luck. I know it's a lot of pressure. So yeah, gosh, it's just amazing how the years go by. I mean, my big girls are about to be juniors in high school, and then my youngest is going to be in middle school. Uh, officially in 3 weeks. So yeah, pretty crazy stuff. So what's been going on? I know we had some surprise rain yesterday, which believe me, here's one thing I can promise you. You never have to tell the meteorologist, hey, it wasn't supposed to rain today. Because believe me, he or she knows. And we were all in communication yesterday about, what in the world was going on. I say we all, like, the four of us at Fox. And, trying to figure out, like, okay, what in the world is going on here? So, and I'll show you here in a minute, but the computer models have been just garbage the last couple of days. So I'll show you that here in a minute. But here's the thing. I don't want to talk about weather right now. We'll talk about weather in a couple of minutes. I want to, so I'm obsessed. I'm absolutely obsessed with this new music. And I don't listen to any new music, like ever. Well, I mean, other than like Taylor Swift when I'm with my daughters. I mean, yes, I listen to new music on the radio when the kids are in the car, but as far as like sitting down and listening to new, like my music, like dad rock music, it's just nothing appeals to me that's new. However, about a month ago, I got a text message from Ruben. You know, Ruben Dominguez. I mean, we all know Ruben, love Ruben. And he said, have you heard the new Extreme song? I said, no. He says, Nuno Bettencourt, who's the guitar player, he said he's been saving up this guitar solo for 20 years and he's going to rip your face off. So I listened to it and my face was ripped off. I had to put it back on. So I'm actually going to share with you, if you're not familiar. So hitting rewind, you remember the song More Than Words, okay? We all remember that. It came out like around 1990-ish. And it was just a guitar and the two guys singing, Gary Sharon and Nuno Bettencourt. I don't even think there are any drums in the song at all. And that was their big hit, which was a ballad. But frankly, at the time, I knew some of their songs, but I was more into like Guns N' Roses and stuff. I kind of ignored them a little bit. And now all these years later, I regret it because the new stuff that they've just come out with is incredible. And especially for people, like my age. And so if you're, sort of my age guy that's watching, you got to just watch this. And if you're a lady, you might like it too, or tell your husbands and boyfriends that you got to watch this because it's going to melt their face off. So I'm not going to play the whole thing, but I want you to see the guitar solo by the great Nuno Bettencourt, who is greater than I even thought he was. He's carrying the torch that Eddie Van Halen, because, we lost Eddie Van Halen a couple of years ago. And so he is carrying that torch. So I'm going to share this with you, right? I'm going to share screen. I'm going to share the sound, and you got to turn the speakers up because what happens here is ridiculous. Okay. So I want you to prepare yourself. Make sure you prepare yourself. Okay. Are you ready? Here we go. Wait for it. There he is. Face melt off. Get ready. Okay, get ready. Watch this. Seriously. Tell me your face is not melted off. That is incredible. And so, you know, the whole the whole like guitar world, wait a minute, I messed up here. The whole guitar world, hard rock world is stunned. Everybody's talking about it. If you go to YouTube and you just type in extreme rise solo, everybody's freaking out. So I wanted to make sure you knew about that. They have a couple of the new songs too. One is called Banshee and the other one's called Rebel, and they're both really awesome. But anyway, so that I had to share that. I got to get the word out about that because we got to get rock and roll back going. You know, we've got to. I love Taylor Swift. There's a Weather tie-in, by the way, too. And she plays the guitar too, but not like that. The weather tie-in is that we had severe weather across Texas over the weekend. Large hail hit Abilene, and that severe weather system moved across the country to Nashville, where, you know, like my girls did. She plays like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday night. So like she did at NRG Stadium. She did Friday, Saturday, Sunday night. My family went to the Saturday show. In Nashville, she did the same thing. So on Sunday, yesterday, if you're watching this live, I guess it's an open air stadium that they have there. I mean, I assume it's where the Tennessee Titans play. And total severe weather shutdown. It was 4 hours delayed. Okay, so imagine you're there for the Taylor Swift show. Everybody had ponchos on. There was like 70-mile-an-hour winds, and there was hail and the whole thing. And the concert was delayed by 4 hours. But she was a trooper, and she went out there, and I'm sure everybody loved it. So that was, you know, in a weather-related story. So as far as what's happening in Houston, in Galveston, in Sugar Land, in the Woodlands, in Baytown, I want to talk about what is potentially coming our way. All right, so there's extreme again. So this has been a very, very frustrating forecast. Why? Well, because we use computer models like this that you're seeing right now as what you would call guidance. Guidance means it's taking what you know about the environment. I found this on the web. Come on. It's taking what you know about the environment. Is the atmosphere unstable? Do you have a jet stream, change that's coming that's going to shake things up? Is there an area of low pressure nearby? You kind of already have an idea if it's a rainy pattern or a dry pattern, right? This computer model that you're looking at, which is, by the way, is the HRRR, the high resolution rapid refresh. This is guidance. So it's giving us an idea of what's likely to happen. But none of the models is ever going to be an absolutely perfect agreement. So we'll begin here with today. And this is the latest run of the HRRR. And there's a little slide here. By the way, this website I'm on is called tropicaltidbits.com. It's run by a guy named Levi Cowan, who went to Florida State like I did, although he's a lot smarter than I am. And we can kind of shuffle through here and take a look. The bottom part of your screen right here is Houston. And it's showing some heavy downpours by this afternoon. It really is, which makes perfect sense to me. In fact, in what we could do as meteorologists, when we want to really kind of get technical, is I can go down here to Harris County and click on it. And then it will show me this chart, this plot, actually, not chart, like plot, which is called a skew-T log P diagram. T is for temperature and P is for pressure. And really the only thing you need to know here is when the bottom is the surface where we live, and then the top is like the stratosphere. So this is altitude that you're looking at here from the bottom to the top. And this is the what a weather balloon would measure, because this is a computer model. This is what a weather balloon would measure if you launched it up in the sky at this time, which is like 1 o'clock this afternoon. And where the green line and the red line are close together, that means that there's very high humidity and a lot of moisture. Where they're a little farther apart, the air is slightly drier. But notice they're pretty close together the whole time, from the surface all the way till you get, up here, which was like 40,000 feet. So it's pretty saturated or close to saturated the whole time. And then this purple line that you see, that's like that curved one, that is, without getting too technical, that is if you took a piece of air and you lifted it up, would it be warmer than the surrounding air or colder than the surrounding air? And the fact that it's over to the right side means that it would be warmer than the surrounding air. And just like a hot air balloon, warm air rises. And so if you're in an environment where the atmosphere gets cold really fast when you go up, then what they call a parcel of warm air will shoot up, just like a hot air balloon would. So what this is showing me is that according to this computer model, we're going to have a very unstable atmosphere this afternoon, which is one of the reasons that we're calling for pretty good rain chances. Now, the other question comes in, well, what about tomorrow? Because it looks like there's going to be some pretty decent rain tomorrow as well. We're talking about Tuesday, by the way. So I can use this slider to skip all the way ahead. So there's our round of rain today. You're looking at the bottom of the screen right now. And we can fast forward ahead to tomorrow, and boom, now we see more storms moving through the area tomorrow, maybe some heavy ones. This is like around 1, 2 in the afternoon tomorrow, maybe earlier. So once again, I can kind of click on that before the rain moves in and see what the atmosphere is setting up like. And again, this purple dotted line shows us instability. There's also some technical stuff you could look at, like this deal up here is called a hodograph, and that gives you an idea of spin in the atmosphere, which this doesn't necessarily favor tornadoes, but it just looks really rainy. And so we could also look at total accumulated precipitation. So like, how much rain are we looking at here over the next 2 days? See how it's showing purple and even a little hint of that little tan color coming in, so we're talking about like 5-6 inches of rain. 2 days. That's concerning, right? That's definitely concerning. So yes, even though the forecast this past weekend, really on Sunday, was, frankly, was garbage. A lot of the models are starting to come into a bit more of agreement. This model is the NAM model, North American Mesoscale model. I don't use it much because it's usually not very good. We can also check out the Euro model. And this is showing us rainfall accumulation of about 5 to 6 inches over the next week. And here's the GFS, which is the American model. And this is going to take us out. Let's see, this is a new run. Let's look at the 6 Zulu run. And it's going to show a ton of rain here. So over the next, this is a 16-day outlook. So it's 2 weeks, but it's showing, 7, 8, 9. See how some of these yellow colors, and then you look at the legend over here, that's like a foot of rain. So yes, some places in Texas are going to be looking at maybe 8 to 12 inches of rain here over the next week. And when we look specifically here, let me look at the latest model run here at what we're going to see over the next couple of days. See, that's Tuesday. You see this right here in the middle of your screen, this mess over Texas, that's Tuesday, that's tomorrow. May the 9th. So it really could be a mess around here coming up for this week. So, it's the time of the year when we tend to get heavier rainfall. In fact, when you break it down month by month, the heaviest of the rain does tend to fall in May. We've had some of our very heavy rainfalls. If you think about like the epic floods we've had, non-hurricane related. They've happened in May, like Memorial Day floods. We had a couple of those. We had the tax day flood in April, so this is the time of the year when we get severe weather. It's the time of the year when we get very heavy rain. And unfortunately, it looks like this is going to be a rainy week. So I just wanted to share some of those computer models with you. Are they right 100% of the time? No, not by a long shot. But when they all trend in a certain direction, and you can sort of also tie that in with what I'm seeing as far as on the satellite imagery, and there's an area of low pressure down by Mexico that's going to move across the area, and there's very high moisture in place. Looks like we're going to be in for some heavy rain. So it should be a bumpy week around here. So your assignment, should you choose to accept it, is to watch that entire Extreme video, their new single, Rise. If you can make it through the whole thing, because your face might get melted off. So be careful, okay? With that solo. Solo is unbelievable. So anyway, I hope you stay safe out there this week. If you like umbrellas, carry an umbrella. If you don't like umbrellas, get ready to run. Shout out to my mom and my brother for watching. It's almost Mother's Day. I know Mother's Day comes up in less than a week, so don't forget that. And I will be seeing you on TV all this week. It is going to be a busy one. Take care.